that they may or may not know about. He's like, that's, kind of a bunch of nonsense. We can't test that. We can't study that. We can't measure that. Therefore, that's not part of what we're doing. We need to be empirical, and therefore, what we can measure and study is behavior. That's something that's observable, right? So that's the only thing he's interested in, is things that we can observe and measure, and that means behaviors. So he's not taking into account thoughts or feelings or internal conflicts or unconscious minds or anything like that. It's just behaviors. So all of his theories are just kind of based on behavior. And so he says, well, personality then is a result of the interaction between the individual and their environment. And basically, people interact with their environment, they make choices, they do things, and as a result of their behavior, sometimes they get good outcomes, sometimes they get bad outcomes, and that's going to shape whether or not they decide to do that behavior again, right? If it worked out well, maybe you're going to do that again. If it worked out poorly, maybe you're not going to. That type of thing. And he says that's actually how your personality develops. You just interact with the environment, and certain things are going to be encouraged, certain things are not, and that's going to kind of shape how you act and how you are. And that's what your personality is all these things that you do. So this is a bit of a deterministic view, because the idea then is, yes, and when we talk about learning, we're going to talk a lot about the Skinner box with the mouse and exactly operant conditioning and things like that. Yeah, you can definitely see, in fact, he says the development of personality occurs through classical and operant conditioning, which we'll learn about more in another class, but basically it's the idea that certain behaviors are going to be rewarded, certain behaviors are going to be punished, and the ones that are rewarded are going to be more likely to be repeated, right? And that's how personality develops. And so what that means is people don't necessarily have any innate, inherent personality that they're born with. It just happens as a result of how the environment responds to their actions. So it could be said to be deterministic in that sense, because people kind of begin as like a blank slate, and it's just the environmental conditions that determine what their subsequent behavior and then their personality is going to be like. So depending on what environment you're in, that is completely going to determine your personality. We're going to notice not everyone feels that same way, but that is Skinner's view. So it's very much based on behavior, things that can be empirically studied, nothing to do with internal processes and unconscious conflicts that nobody is aware of. So just behavior. Okay. And we'll hear more about him in some other classes too, but that's what he says about personality. So then we have the social cognitive perspective, and this is just a bit of an